So here is the trick for today. We are learning SQL window functions. Think of them like looking at your neighbors while standing in your own yard. You see the group but stay on your specific plot. These tools let us calculate things like rankings without losing any of our original rows. In short, they are specialized tools that perform calculations across a defined set of rows related to the current row without collapsing them into a single result. Before we code, let's imagine a sports team lining up. We want to assign each player a number based on their height. We need a way to say who is first, second, or tied for third, without mixing them up into one average score. This visual helps us understand why we keep the raw data while adding new info. In short, window functions let you rank players while keeping their name and stats. Now let's talk about round number. Imagine handing out numbered tickets to a concert. Every person gets exactly one number, like 1 through 10. If two people are equally tall, we still give them different numbers to keep the line moving forward. Here is why this matters. It is the best choice when you need strict order for pagination or sequential IDs. In short, row number gives you a unique sequence identifier for every row in your dataset. Here is the code that makes it happen. We sort the employees by salary, so the highest earner is at the top. Then we assign a number from 1 to 5 for each person in that sorted list. Notice that even if salaries were identical, the numbers would still be strictly 1 through 5. In short, this function guarantees a unique sequence identifier for every row in your dataset. Next up is rank, which works like a standard sports leaderboard. If two runners tie for first place, they both get rank 1 and the next person jumps straight to third. This leaves a gap in the numbers where no runner exists because of the tie. In short, rank skips over tied values so that tied items share the same rank while others jump ahead. Let's look at this code with a twist. Two employees earn exactly $90,000, so they tie for the top spot. They both receive a rank of 1 on the leaderboard because their scores are identical. The next employee in line gets rank 3 because we skip the number 2 to honor the tie. In short, rank preserves standard competition ranking where tied items share the same rank while others jump ahead. Then we have dense rank, which acts like a dense pack of cards where every rank is adjacent to the next. Even if two people tie for first, the next person gets rank 2 instead of jumping to 3. This is crucial when you want to see trends without gaps breaking your visual continuity. In short, dense rank counts distinct values so that tied items share the same rank while others follow immediately. Here we see the code in action again. We have a tie for first place among the high earners, so they share the same rank. The next distinct salary value gets rank 2 because there are no skipped numbers in this dense sequence. This creates a clean list of ranks that never has holes between them regardless of ties. In short, dense rank counts distinct values so that tied items share the same rank while others follow immediately. Let's compare these three tools side by side. Raw number is for when you need a strict list like page numbers. Rank is better for tournaments where ties are common and fair. Dense rank is ideal when you want to track trends without the confusion of empty slots in your ranks. In short, pick the tool that matches how you want to handle ties and gaps in your ranking system. You might wonder why your code isn't working as expected. Often people forget the over clause which tells SQL where to look for the neighbors. Another huge mistake is ignoring the order by inside that clause because rankings need a specific order to make sense. Also missing the partition by can mix up different groups like departments into one big messy list. In short, always specify the scope and order so that window functions calculate correctly across your intended rows. I have an honest opinion about these tools. In my experience, overcomplicating the OA clause is overrated and wastes too much brain power. I always find that sticking to a simple row number approach solves most of my analytical reporting problems without extra fluff. Just use row number unless you specifically need the tie-breaking logic of the others. In short, simplicity wins here, so do not make your queries harder than they need to be. I once made a silly mistake with window functions early in my career. I forgot to use the partition by clause and counted every employee against everyone in the whole company, instead of just their team. That gave me wildly wrong average salaries that made no sense to my boss at all. I learned quickly that defining the group you're comparing against is absolutely critical for accurate data. In short, always define your groups carefully so that window functions compare items within specific partitions or that window functions compare items within specific partitions of your dataset. Let's recap what we learned about window functions today. We covered how to assign unique IDs using round number for strict sequences and pagination. We looked at rank which jumps over tied values like in a sports tournament. Finally, we saw dense rank which fills the gaps so your ranks are always adjacent numbers. In short, these tools enable complex analytical reporting such as calculating rankings or identifying top performers while preserving the underlying rankings or identifying top performers. Clean. Thank you for joining me on this journey through SQL Window Functions. If you found this helpful, please consider supporting the work here with a small gesture. Small channel, honest ask, one follow. That's it.